Hey guys, Matt Russell here. Today is episode 4 in the series 5, and this week what we're going to concentrate on is real estate. For those of you who don't know, I also am a North Carolina real estate broker, so I've got 5 tips today that will help you in your search for a new home. So let's just go ahead and get into these. Number 1, these are tips that you want to take into effect if you are buying a house. So number 1, decide what you want. You know, what do you need? Do you need 3 bedrooms? Do you need a couple of bathrooms? What are your wants in that? Do you want a really nice kitchen, like a chef's kitchen? Or do you maybe just need something a little bit smaller? And everybody's got different needs, so you need to make a list of your wants and your needs in your home. Do you need extra space, like an office, maybe a game room, maybe a bonus bedroom, you know, things like that may be of interest to you in your home search. So that's number 1, decide what you want, and then you have to be flexible. When you go on your search, you're not going to be able to get every single thing that you want. We hope you can as realtors, but likely you might have to make some compromises, so be flexible in that. Number 2, you have to decide on a budget. You know, how much money can you spend? Well, you shouldn't spend more than 28 to 30% of your total monthly income on your housing. Okay, so your mortgage itself should not be more than 28% of your total income. Now, my advice to homeowners, especially new homeowners, is don't go to that max budget. You know, leave yourself some wiggle room. You never know in home ownership some of the unexpected costs that may come up. For example, maybe summertime, the air goes out. Now, that's one of the things we look for when you're buying a house, to make sure that things are working properly, and that's why we do home inspections. So don't get too concerned about that right now, but the what ifs are what you need to prepare for. So make sure, don't go over 28% of your total monthly budget on your housing. Okay, you definitely don't want to be house poor. Number 3, think about the extras. You know, what do you like to do? Where do you want to be? Your location. What about your work? How long does it take you to drive back and forth to that property? You know, do your research. Look for properties that meet these criteria, that you know, that will fit in well with what you want, what your characteristics are. Number 4, probably the most important, hire a realtor. Now, we've always heard about people who want to buy their own house or sell their own house, and a lot of times there's nothing wrong with that. However, when you hire a realtor, you get expertise, you get good advice, you get a simple transaction most of the time, and that's why you need to have somebody on your side. So hire a realtor. They will definitely be your best ally in this process. And number 5, one of the things that you might not think about up front, but I think it's really important, is to get pre-approved for a mortgage. Once you start looking for a house, once you find a price range that you want to be in your budget, go to a bank. You know, check with your local lending institution. Go ahead and try to get pre-approved for a mortgage. The reason that this is so important is because as a realtor, once I help somebody make an offer, I want to make sure I've got a good pre-approval letter from that lending institution. It really helps in negotiation. If I go to if I go in on a house and try to negotiate a lower price, but I don't have that pre-approval letter, a lot of times that seller is not too interested in working with me. But if I do have a pre-approval letter and I show that my buyers are really serious about this property, I have a much better chance of negotiating a better price for the buyer. So those are 5 tips in buying a house today. Number 1, decide what you want. Write it down. I talk about writing things down a lot, and it's very important. Make a list. Share that with your broker. Make sure that you and your spouse, your partner, if you're buying a house with somebody else, make sure that you're on the same page with them as far as needs and wants. Okay, number 2, decide on a budget. You don't want to go over 28% of your maximum monthly budget for housing. Number 3, think about all the extras. You know, what do you like to do? Is this property near locations that that provide those activities? You know, maybe you like outdoor activities? Is it near some green space? Is it near some hiking trails? Is it near places I can go out and get out? Is it near a downtown area, where I can walk and meet people? Look at driving time. That's very important, because a lot of people think about, well, this is a great house, but it's an hour away from where they work. Eventually that's going to catch up with you, so be careful about your driving time. Do your research, look for properties that meet all of your characteristics. Number 4, obviously hire a realtor. That might need to be number 1, but I think you should do some of these other things first. Make your wants and your needs list, so that when you do hire a realtor, you can share it with them. And number 5, get pre-approved by your lender. It's so important to do that. Do the extra work up front. I guarantee you'll make a big difference in your home buying process. Until next time, these are 5 tips. Hope you enjoy them and hope you can put them to good use. I'll see you soon. Thanks.